Cats can be very picky creatures, but at the same time, they like eating the strangest things. However, many of these foods are not very appropriate for their body. And the strange thing is, you can often see cats in movies and shows eating these foods. So, what are they? And could you be feeding these harmful foods to your cat? Well, let's find out. The first one is a certain canned fish. What? Isn't all fish good for cats? I mean, that's what you often see them eating in shows and comics, right? Well, actually, this is a pretty big misconception. In their natural habitat, both wild and domestic cats are observed eating birds and mammals. And while some fish do provide protein, omega-3s, and vitamin D, a diet of only fish will not provide all of the nutrients a cat needs to stay healthy. But this isn't even the main reason this certain canned fish is an unhealthy snack for cats. The main reason is actually mercury toxicity. Have you figured out which canned fish this is yet? Yep, it's canned tuna. Cats go crazy for canned fish, and canned tuna is a common one that us humans tend to have. So why does tuna have so much mercury? And what's so bad about mercury anyway? Consuming too much mercury can harm the brain, heart, kidneys, lungs, and immune system. And while most fish do contain mercury, they also contain the mineral selenium. And studies have shown that selenium can counteract mercury and prohibit it from lodging into fatty tissue. But for this to work, the fish needs to contain more selenium than it does mercury. And larger, predatory fish like tuna have higher amounts of mercury than they do selenium. So, instead of feeding tuna, opt for canned salmon, mackerel, or sardines, which are not only lower in mercury, but they also provide more omega-3s and vitamin D. The next harmful treat is a certain type of liquid. And just like with fish, you will often see a cat drinking it in old cartoons and comics. You probably guessed it, milk. And specifically, cow's milk. Sure, cats may like milk, but they have no specific reason to drink it in adulthood. In fact, a great majority of cats are lactose intolerant, meaning they lose the enzyme lactase, which is there to break down lactose. So, feeding something like cow's milk, which contains a lot of lactose, isn't going to be very good for your cat's digestive system. A better alternative to cow's milk is actually goat's milk because it has a lot less lactose. But if you really want to make it a worthy treat, feed fermented milk, also known as kefir. Not only will the fermentation process destroy most of the lactose, it will also provide beneficial probiotics. Now, the third unhealthy treat that some owners give to their cat is something a cat should never eat, yet cats seem drawn to it. I've heard owners tell stories about how their cat will literally steal this off the table. And some cat owners have even said that they had to put locks on their cupboards so their cat wouldn't get into it. Know what it is? Bread. Now, why in the world would a strict carnivore want a food that's full of carbohydrates? Cats don't even have a biological need for carbs. Well, there's not really any solid explanation on why some cats obsess over bread, but some theories suggest that they simply like the taste of yeast, or that their survival instinct kicks in and they can tell it's a high-calorie food. Either way, even if they like bread, it's really nothing more than empty calories that can raise their blood glucose levels if fed in excess. And to be honest, excess carbohydrates are exactly why cats fed dry food develop so many health issues over time. A diet that's more appropriate for their body is made up of raw meat, bone, and organ, and I prove why that is in this video.